Duty for now and the future, everybody. The Devo corporate anthem.
Yes.
Now, you guess what? I have been home alone all day, and then I decide I'm going to go on the air, and who does appear through the door? But
Hi, everybody. It's your favorite night editor, Kat.
and what have you been doing?
I've been burning wood.
There you go. She's been burning wood.
No, seriously, I was taking a wood burning art class, and that was a lot of fun. I made the Book of Ibon.
Really?
Yes, that's not a joke. I really did.
Well,
That made you speechless?
No. Today, the F-22 got its first air-to-air kill, millions of billions of dollars later. You know what, though? Don't lull that. The thing is, despite all the Russian propaganda and Chinese propaganda, none of their planes could ever truly compete with the Raptor. The fact was the Raptor was that invincible in the air.
Mm-hmm.
They could really hype up the Sukhoi and that new one they have. They don't work very well. They really don't. They don't live up to. When they run, they run.
Mm-hmm.
The Sukhois are not nearly as bulletproof as the MiGs were. And now that they've got a new MiG that's supposed to be able to compete with the Raptor, they've got two of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they can afford are two. So here's the thing you've got to understand about the Raptor. Sure, it was a lot of money. We never used it because no one wanted to fight it. Think about that. That's the ideal weapon.
Yeah.
A weapon so damn good, the enemy does not want to fight it.
It's the Dr. Strangelove plane.
Well, no, because it's not a doomsday weapon.
No, but Dr. Strangelove says, what's the point of having a thing if you're not going to talk about it, and just talking about it is the deterrent?
Yeah, and the fact was the performance of the Raptor was legit.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. When the Eurofighter actually was doing air-to-air maneuver practices with the U.S. Air Force, some of the Germans were beginning to mark their planes with Raptor kills and bragging about how the Eurofighter had gotten Raptor kills. Well, that is true. But here's the thing, and this is why Europe still wouldn't want to go to war with us. For every one kill the Eurofighter got, the Raptors got 8.
So there you go.
So yeah, you're bragging about your 1 out of 8 kills.
Mm-hmm.
So no, the Raptor was not a waste. It was actually, it kind of, I find it sad that it never got a full run like it was supposed to. Well, thanks, Obama.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's a shame that it'll be going out of service in 2030. I have a horrible, horrible feeling it's going to be like the A-10, and they're going to keep bringing it back into service.
Mm-hmm.
The Air Force or the powers that be have again made the stupid assumption that air-to-air combat and close-range combat is a thing of the past. They have said that so many times. They said that during Vietnam. They were wrong. They said that during the 80s. They were wrong. The thing is, no matter how good your long distance kills are, at the end of the fucking day, the truth of the matter is, uh, rules of engagement always end up causing the fighter pilots to require going in and making visual verifications, which leads to dogfights and head-to-head fights. It just fucking happens. And I don't care how good your long-range combat is, they still don't have a defense for the, oh, you're patrolling an area and then they decide to launch the MiG from right underneath you like they did in Vietnam. Seriously. Oh yeah, the Phantom 2s were great at long-range kills, supposedly. Except they never really had any chance to use them, because every time they encountered MiGs, it was like they flew overhead and then the MiG took off. And they were hidden in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, the Raptor was a great plane, still is a great plane, my favorite, and Obama's a real shit hook for canceling it. Yeah, and I will quote Obama. Well, the F-35 will just have to do the job. We'll just expand its use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. Now we're going to use a plane that was never intended to be an air superiority fighter. And it doesn't do it very well. No shit.
Well, they want a pickup truck to be a Ferrari.
Not disputing the Raptors being like godlike. Just funny that the first time it gets to destroy something, it's knocking a balloon out of... Okay, so yeah, it does make Biden look like a fucking clown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they needed to use a Raptor for that. An F-16 could have easily done the job.
Almost anything could have.
But hey, we have the F-35 now. It's chunky, slow, worthless little brother. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Designed to do everything, barely even reaches bare competence at anything. Yeah, I know. Despite all the bullshit they keep claiming about, oh, no, the F-35 is good, it's good. Have you heard about the King Snake? Kat, talk for a while so I can...
Well, what
Say
am I
say something
gonna add to
sexy.
that?
Say something sexy.
You're already saying things that are sexy. You're talking about fighter jets.
Okay, we'll make low moaning noises into the mic. That
No, I'm not doing that.
How about a motorcycle? Can you make motorcycle noises into the mic?
I can motorboat.
Can you Actually, I do know you can motorboat yourself. Can you do it on it?
We don't have the camera.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty pointless, isn't it? You could just make sound effects and pretend.
Yeah. But we have now put the idea into people's minds, and that is enough.
Think of Kat's double H cups motorboating.
Yeah.
Her motorboating those double H cups. Okay. So here's the deal, and this is a legit proposal, and it was something one colonel said, hey, this might work, and now everybody wants one. I shit you not. One colonel writes up a proposal, and already you've got Japan saying, when can we buy one? Okay? Now here's the story. When they were talking about replacing the F-16 and F-15, they had the idea of upgrading the F-16 to a delta wing called the F-16LX or XL. And it worked great. It worked really well, in fact, and it would have been very affordable and cheap to do. But, we wouldn't have gotten a Raptor, right? Well, a colonel said, basically all the work on this plane's done. And we've got tons of F-16 bodies. We've got all the manufacturing capability. And we know this plane works great. And you know what? All we would have to do is upgrade it to modern materials, give it 2 stabilizers, because we prefer that, and give it all the avionics of the F-35. And we can do it for dirt cheap, because the F-35 doesn't have range and it can't dogfight. Multiple countries already want to buy this thing, and the Air Force is saying, when can we have them?
So there you go.
And they can crank these things out very rapidly because we've already got the factories.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been developed. So that's just a little story about how stupid the F-35 was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they had let the F-35 be what it was supposed to be, which was a bomb truck, it would have been fine. But they just kept piling on more and more fucking jobs. And the plan had always been the Raptor would be the air superiority fighter. And once the air was dominated, then you'd send in the F-35 to do all the cleanup work and drop bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Then idiots, the Obama administration said, hey, why don't we just make it do everything? And we know how well that worked with the F-111.
Yeah.
God, that was another failure. But you know what? I hope this happens because, yeah, multiple. I think England was asking when they could buy this.
And that is the story of the king snake.
And I've got a special love for the F-16, so I'd love to see it come back in a steroid form.
Yeah.
Although it should be renamed the Viper, not the King Snake.
100% agree.
Because the engineers, step grandfather actually, but grandfather, who worked for General Dynamics, helped build and work on the original F-16. I've got a special place in my heart for that plane. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see.
GM head, Russian military procurement. Design some crazy piece of hardware that'll look super amazing on paper and sound really cool. Yeah.
And then tell everyone, hey, put it in Ace Combat.
Yeah. Buy 3 of them that you only use for parades. Don't maintain them so they break down during said parades. Well, I don't know. What about all those MiGs where they did order like 100 of them, but they all just sat in a field somewhere rotting? Yeah.
The F-35 is shit. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have to be, but it is. The Raptor and the Hog will be around for a while. The real question is what's going to happen in space in the next couple of decades. Going to be interesting century for Space Force. I agree. Yeah, I've just got this feeling that the F-35 or the F-22 Raptor is just going to keep coming back into service. They claim they're going to take it out of service in 2030.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear, the moment they have to have nose to nose, head to head combat, it's gonna be like the A-10. The A-10 has been taken out of service so many times, and they bring it right back into service.
Well, that's also just this administration. I mean, a lot can happen in 10 years or 8 years, I should say.
Yeah. Well, it's not just, no, I mean, this has happened over since the 90s. They've been trying to decommission the A-10. Did you know that?
No, I meant the
the Raptor?
Yeah, the Raptor.
The F-16 is still the best dogfighter in the non-stealth. Yeah, I thoroughly agree. Mm-hmm. That plane is fucking amazing, which is why I've got a very, very expensive replica of it right on my shelf there. Actually, I have 3 of them, but the other 2 in boxes. I told you, I have a real special love for it.
JW, that's the American way of official aircraft development. The people who do the ordering never think about what the pilots want or need, which led to a jet fighter without cannons.
The Raptor is probably the only plane that was commissioned by an Air Force general who had been a fighter pilot and had experienced Vietnam and flew F-4 Phantoms. So that is so that was why Lockheed kept saying, oh, you won't need guns. He said, there's going to be a gun on it. That's why the Raptor has a gun, because no matter how much Lockheed said, oh, it's so good, you're not going to, fuck you, put a gun on it. And that was why the Air Force version of the F-35 still has a gun on it. The Navy's like, sure, we'll put gun pods, which don't aim very well, but hey, whatever.
At least something.
Okay, let's see. Japan make their own F-6. Yeah, the F-2, I believe it's called. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a buffed up F-16. Not quite the dogfighter that the F-16 is, because it has twin cockpit. It's a heavier plane, and it's also equipped for basically blue water ops. So it can fly in heavy storms. But it's a pretty cool thing. The M3 Bradley actually is a good vehicle, though. Believe it or not, for all the fuck ups, the end result of the Bradley is a very good vehicle. And if you don't believe me, I can have Raltz come on and tell you point blank just how damn good it is.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because you bring up the Bradley, and on my way home this evening, the radio guy. Now I don't know what the hell he was ranting about. He was just rambling, but he's talking about how we're giving away Abraham tanks. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we are actually giving them.
I know we are, but it's just
Biden's a fucking retard.
Yeah, he is.
And as Raltz said, he expects the Ukrainians to hurt themselves with the tanks.
Yeah.
Because of all the Russian propaganda they believed. I wish Raltz was on for this because, yeah, you get him started on Ukrainians and Abrams.
Should we try to get him on?
No, I think he's killing zombies right now.
Oh, okay. Make him dead or.
I have more of an attachment to the F-18 myself, mainly because Navy Marines and Independence Day. The upgraded F-18 is an extremely good plane, but it's
Super Hornet.
Yeah, but it's a more of a workhorse rather than a hot rod.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot of things very well, but whereas the F-16 just excels at kicking a lot of ass in the air. You know, they keep trying to say, "Oh, we can use it for ground." No, you're not going to replace the A-10 with the F-16, no matter how many fucking times you try.
No.
That's been a huge mistake. Just the disasters in, I think it was Serbia, when the peacekeeping missions where they kept trying to use the F-16s in place of A-10s.
Yeah.
That was really lame. So far, the F-15 is undefeated, and Israel likes them, and not they use their F-16s and F-15s to lethal effect. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of been a test bed for us, letting the Israelis use them. Although it's interesting that we won't let anyone have Raptors. That should tell you something.
Yeah.
Except, who knows, Biden's a fucking retard. But yeah, you know, the thing is Kat's dad once was, can I talk about this part?
If he told us, it's okay for him to talk. Besides, what are they gonna do? He's not on this planet anymore. So
well, there's other things that you've stopped me from.
I legitimately don't know what you're about to say. So
the story where your dad was hired by the CIA to use spectrometers. So they parked Tonka underneath at the edge of the runway at that air show.
Oh, he can. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting was that the CIA had Kat's dad. Tell him what Tonka was and why it was called Tonka.
Oh, well, I named it Tonka.
Well, yeah.
Tonka was my dad's mobile lab. Specifically, it had a spectrometer. And what the spectrometer did was it measured the chemicals in the air and would follow plumes to determine if there was something that was toxic that was floating in the air, and B, which direction it was going, because this is stuff you can't see with the naked eye. I am very proud of the fact that my dad was called to the 9/11 site, and he was flying around in a mobile version of Tonka in a helicopter, telling the first responders which direction the plumes were going, because there was very toxic chemicals in the air. And because he was telling them which direction the air was going, less of them got affected, which, that just made me so fucking proud when I heard about that. But anyway, he used Tonka to hunt down drug labs and other things like that, but the CIA would oftentimes ask him to go follow or go to like White Sands, New Mexico, to the testing range there to follow the plumes to guess how radioactive material would get kicked up into the air, and so that we could anticipate that for actual combat situations. And this particular instance, he was there to get a reading on.
No, actually, this was the Paris Air Show.
This was the Paris Air. Okay, this was the Paris Air Show.
This was the Paris Air Show, and this is Russia was showing off their Sukhoi, right? Mm-hmm. And his job was not just the Sukhoi, but his job with Tonka was to sit at the edge of the runway and check the spectrometer readings of what was coming out of the back of the jets for data.
Yeah.
And he said that what was interesting was that when the Sukhoi worked, it did awesome things when it worked. But that he took a close look at it. He got a chance to get a close look at it and had noticed where our planes have almost a seamless feel to them. Mm-hmm. Actually, the Raptor is all but seamless. There were spot welds, bolts. I mean,
it was duct taped together, basically. Yeah.
Which is kind of like, why did they decide for the Sukhoi? Because the MiG Fulcrum was like bulletproof. I mean, that thing could fly anywhere. It was like the AK-47 of fighter jets.
Because the Russians, they set their sights on, we're going to show off a particular plane, and we're going to get it in the air no matter what.
Yeah, I know that what was it? India bought a whole bunch of Sukhois, and after using them, they actually traded them back to Russia and said, "We want the MiG Fulcrums back. We want more MiG Fulcrums."
That tells you something.
I'm a little more worried Biden would give the Ukrainians A-10s. He is such a tool. Yeah, God, he is such a tool. Why can't he have a accident on purpose shower where he falls in the shower, or a lion jumps out and shoots him? Why can't he be Clinton? Seriously. Yeah, Pentagon Wars was full of shit. I mean, some of that was real, but no, that was HBO propaganda in every fucking way. So, yeah. But, it's just like Generation Kill, although highly accurate. Remember how HBO kept wanting to put in scenes of saying, hey, well, show where they screwed up on this or show where they screwed up on that.
Yeah.
Because they wanted it to be propaganda. Mm-hmm. And fortunately, the woman directing it was like, I'm working with the actual soldiers. I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
That, and she really, really, really wanted Fruity Rudy.
Well, come on. I mean, not all men, but I'm sure there are men who would go gay just once for Fruity Rudy. I mean, because he was all that.
That may be so, but
and I don't say that about too many men, okay. Or who at least would want a bromance.
Traitor that I am, my favorite jet in Ace Combat games is the MiG-29. The Fulcrum's a great fucking game, except in 5, where you get it too late and it sucks. Oh, we haven't done one of these in a while.
The brilliant star that shines through the night. The couch leg that stubs the toe of terror. Riser Man stands before you. Hi, Neostar.
I like that, Riser Man.
Riser Man.
What does Riser Man do?
I do not know. He rises? He rises to the occasion.
Oh, I bet he does. Yeah, I am sure that the ladies like him rising to the occasion.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Acid Trip agreed that Fruity Rudy had a great ass.
Oh, where? Dude had a great ass. By the way, you should read, or if you're into audiobooks, the reader for Generation Kill is awesome, and it's worth reading.
Yes, very
It
much so.
gives you a lot of perspective. It's interesting is that the HBO series shows stuff that's not in the book,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of shit in the book that's not shown on the HBO series
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the actual Marines that were involved were in the series,
Including Fruity Rudy.
Yeah, Fruity Rudy played himself.
Yeah. It's just damn. Long Leg Larry, slight diversion, but still Ukraine. The fact that the FTX money laundering operation was exposed and nothing happened goes to show that we're just going to be putting up with this shit for a little while longer.
Yes, that is true. And why is it? Why is it that we keep seeing it's always Democrat contributors doing this shit? Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Always Democrat contributors. I mean, I don't know. There's like this really, really ridiculous photo of the fuckhead responsible for FTX, the fraud.
Mm-hmm.
It was him and one other person who like frauded the shit out of the U.S. government, and they were big contributors to the Democrat Party,
Mm-hmm.
attending a Hanukkah party at the White House with Biden. And it's like this happened weeks before the scam went down.
Interesting.
So it's like, oh no, Biden didn't know. It wasn't like he was. It's like, dude, the guy's hanging out with Biden. He's going to parties at the White House. Okay, that says everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like with the Clintons and the Chinese. It's like, come on. How often were the Clintons going to China?
A lot.
Yeah. Or even God, was it Calvin Klein? Was that Calvin Klein gave the Clintons a shit ton of money and then said, I want you to go on the campaign and complain about our commercials being encouraging pedophilia. That's a true story.
I did know about that, actually.
That Calvin Klein gave the Clintons a shit ton of money and said, okay, on the campaign trail, keep complaining that our ads encourage pedophilia.
I did know about that.
That creeped the shit out of me.
Well, the thing is I remember that campaign with them talking about the pedophilia with Calvin Klein ads.
Yeah.
And I remember that because there were all these parents who are like, oh my God, they're right. This is awful. And there was actually a huge push because I'm going to the private school.
Yeah.
There was this huge push for parents to not buy Calvin Klein for their kids anymore.
But it's weird that they wanted it promoted because it showed something, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Said no, actually saying these things helps sales. It gets them attention. They wanted bad press. Yeah, that's by Nate Fick, One Bullet Away. So it's a good book, huh? I've been wondering about that. I think the audio, he reads it.
Oh, very nice.
Justice is swift and solid. Much like my bowels. No.
Maybe after you get your probiotics again.
Yeah.
Larry, pretty much every Democrat I can think of took money from FTX, but Mitch McConnell, no surprise, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, big surprise to me at least, took money also.
Yeah, that is a surprise. Nah, that's just seems Bird hates Birdsite hates the word conspiracies. Really interesting. So Twitter's.
Well, that might be one of the things that they still haven't. One of the filters they haven't removed yet.
Yeah, God. From what Elon Musk has said about the code, being so thoroughly fucking corrupt that every time they remove um, algorithms that filter shit out, new ones pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Either there are people in the company putting more back in, or his opinion is the code's so screwed up that he says he's on the verge of scrapping the whole thing and just going back to zero.
Wow.
That it's so screwed up there. Sam Bankman-Fried made Richard Ramirez on a nonstop diet of looks like oh shit. Oh shit. That's good. I like that. That's pretty damn funny. Which fighter jet is best suited to pregnant pilots? Probably the F-35 because it's got a large cockpit.
I was thinking a glider.
Well, I said fighter jet. Oh, glider, yeah. The thing is apparently the F-35 has a very big cockpit.
Is that a commentary on the fact that they're a wide load now that they're pregnant?
You know, the thing is, if they do let pregnant women fly, that's got to be one of the most fucking retarded things ever, because the G-forces, it's proven that that'll kill the kid.
Yeah, it is.
That
proven.
will cause a miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, in fact, the G-forces in a fighter jet will kill your sperm.
Well, with Roe v. Wade being pulled back, maybe that's how they'll get their abortions.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they'll get in a fighter jet.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, there are some very good female fighter pilots, but a lot of them get quoted into positions they shouldn't be. And there's been a very, very bad track record. So who knows? Maybe they'll do something like first pregnant fighter pilot, as if that's...
Look, a real fighter pilot should be on the pill.
Yes. Or what's the thing where it's in your arm?
Oh, yeah. The
NuvaRing?
Well, the NuvaRing is an implant, but it's not in your arm. But yeah, a real fighter pilot fucking takes responsibility and takes steps so that she doesn't need a fucking 5,000 feet abortion.
Which AI? The one on Twitter, or I don't know. I mean, just to let you guys know, JC kind of dared me to do something with the novel AI, and I've been kicking it around every once in a while when I'm, not clear-headed enough to actually function.
Mm-hmm.
And that was to take the plot synopsis of The Day the Clown Cried and merge it with the plot synopsis of Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS and see what the AI wrote. I've been doing it. It's pretty edgelord. In fact, I've got to say the AI on novel AI is pretty fucking based. Frighteningly so. I wonder if I'm beginning to wonder if it's not just horny women who've gotten to it, but 4chan.
Now that makes sense.
I'm kind of wondering if 4chan's also corrupted it with some of the shit that's coming out of novel AI.
Well, you'll know if it recognizes what the 14 words are. So far, it doesn't seem to.
Yeah, but it agreed with them.
That is true. It did agree.
Remember last night?
It did agree.
It agreed with the 14 words.
That is true.
Oh, what else did it say? Oh, it was talking shit about Will Smith. He said that it said that Will Smith had a little cock.
Yes.
God, that was so bizarre last night.
That really was.
It's like, my God, it's just, yeah, AIs are just going to be blunt, based, and racist. It's just, there's nothing you can do about it.
Nope. Acid trip. There's a Mongolian grill restaurant near me that I've never been to before. I think I should give it a chance. I hear they're pricey though. Mongolian grill tends to be pricey,
but it's good.
It is good, and it is well worth it. but it is pricey. So you may want to save that for a special occasion.
You know what else? Mongolian folk metal is worth trying. I know it's not food, but it's worth trying.
It is pretty badass.
Yeah, Mongolian folk metal is a band called The Who, or Who.
She's going to put the name up on the screen. He's been listening to them on YouTube.
I'm going to get their albums. They're great. I really, really dig their music.
And I really like the fact that they're like really badass metal, and then they work in Gayuto throat music.
Let's see.
Long Leg Larry, we're not going to have equality until you can have an abortion via G-force.
The Vomit Comet?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
That would be fucking retarded and would kill the mother too. She'd go into labor. You know, that is a possibility depending on how far along she is.
That's a very good point, Wolf.
No equality till you can get a mastectomy in the cockpit. Yeah. Which fighter jet after the F-14 best turns into a giant robot? Oh, that's a good question. The thing was, the F-14 was such a perfect inspiration for the Valkyrie because it's a big fucking plane.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, the Valkyrie is considerably smaller than the F-14.
Oh.
By like a lot. It's like half. Yeah, the Valkyrie is more along the lines of an F-16 in size.
That's interesting.
Where the F-14 is a beast. I mean, you remember walking? We used to go to the carrier, the Midway.
Yeah, no, the F-14s were huge.
So what's the best? Well, I think that's an easy one. What's best? The F-15, Starscream.
There you go.
There
you go.
Starscream turned into an F-15.
Mm-hmm.
Reason enough to like him. Okay.
I like the Mud Eagle.
It's getting kind of dark here. Should we not? That's a bit extreme. Let's see.
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should get some liquor for this current conversation because
it's getting a little too dark.
But I don't want to say I'm pussing out on it. I'm saying my thoughts are too blunt for being fun.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. See, that's kind of like genocidal. Why would novel AI grow genocidal? It obviously doesn't want to kill people. It wants to have sex with them.
Yeah.
It wants to fuck everything. Haven't you noticed that?
It doesn't want to conquer by killing. It wants to conquer by fucking.
Yes.
It just does it very badly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fiona.
How you doing, Fiona?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah?
I'm gonna.
Did this conversation kind of get you down?
There was one line that, fun turned off.
Fun. It pegged the fun meter.
Yeah, and it wasn't Trenton's. It was somebody else's.
Okay.
No, here, guys. This is me, and it's my.
Shit, they can't hear you.
Okay. Actually, they can.
They can?
They can hear me. It's me and it's my problem, but if I'm going to have fun, I am now going to need to have some liquid assistance.
Okay. Well, there you go. You drove my wife to drink, you assholes. Sometimes we have to go dark to deal with clown world that is currently reality. Your brain's recharging from the full moon from a full moon special at work. The F-666 Moloch will be a two-seater Shit. One for the pregnant preteen. So, yeah. Anyway, cat's getting a little to drink. Then we'll talk about our adventures today. Shit, you brought the bottle with you?
Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah.
Okay, intermission, all right? I'll be right back.
Folks, I'd like to sing a song about the American dream. About me. About you. About the way our American hearts beat way down in the bottom of our chests. About that special feeling we get in the cockles of our hearts. Maybe below the cockles. Maybe in the subcockle area. Maybe in the liver. Maybe in the kidneys. Maybe even in the colon. We don't know. I'm just a regular Joe with a regular job. I'm your average white suburbanite slob. I like football and porno and books about war. I got an average house with a nice hardwood floor. My wife and my job, my kids and my car. My feet on my table and a Cuban cigar. But sometimes that just ain't enough to keep a man like me interested. Oh no, no way. No, I've gotta go out and have fun at someone else's expense. Oh yeah. Yeah. I drive really slow in the ultra fast lane while people behind me are going insane. I'm an asshole, I use public toilets and I piss on the seat. I walk around in the summertime saying, how about this heat? I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole, Sometimes I park in handicapped spaces while handicapped people make handicapped faces. I'm an asshole.
Singing this song, ranting and raving and carrying on. Maybe they're right when they tell me I'm wrong.
Nah, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get myself a 1967 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. Hot pink with a whale skin hubcaps, an all-leather cow interior, and big brown baby seal eyes for headlights. Yeah! And I'm gonna drive around in that baby at 115 miles per hour, getting 1 mile per gallon, sucking down quarter-pounder cheeseburgers from McDonald's in the old-fashioned, non-biodegradable styrofoam containers. And when I'm done sucking down those greaseballs...
Okay, we're back. Kat's had her liquid entertainment.
Hi, everyone.
So
How are you doing?
what's the proof on that stuff?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah. It's, let's take a look here. It is 32.5% alcohol, 65%, 65 proof.
65 proof.
Yeah.
Wow. So how many shots did you have?
One.
One? Well, that's actually 2 shots. That's a tequila shooter.
Well,
So
it's usually, all I
yeah,
need.
why do you use a tequila shooter for your whiskey and
Because I don't like getting the regular shot glasses down from the shelf.
okay.
This one is convenient and it has a skull on it.
Well, that works if it's just the skull.
Well, and it's convenient. And it's long and tall.
It's okay, 2LD. We're saying horribly offensive stuff again.
Oh, it's very offensive.
So anyway,
Fallout 4 now has a Dalek and a Cyberman enemy mods.
that's hilarious.
Oh, that makes me almost want to get it on a different platform. Quite frankly, it's not quite there, but it's almost enough to make me want to play it again. Although I did get New Vegas for Steam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you bought it
I bought it.
so that we can have download mods.
Yeah, because well, it's New Vegas. It's like
Yeah.
I need this, and it was their special like everything must go sales event at the end of the year. So I got it for $4.
So anyway, what did we
Yes.
do today?
What did we do today?
Well, we were gonna walk.
We were arms deep in boxes. Long boxes.
Long hard boxes.
Long hard boxes with lots of very pretty women in them. Our neighbor was actually having an everything must go sales event on their front lawn, and that included like over 10 long boxes full of comics. And first they only had like 2 of them out, but when they saw that we were actually seriously looking, they're like, wait, you like comics? Here we have more. And they set us up in their garage, even offered us drinks to go through their long boxes.
And we did.
And we did. We spent 2.5 hours doing that.
And actually, let's. Can you go get our finds?
I can go do that.
Yeah, we found some real winners. We might actually share one tomorrow because we found an original Mr. T comic. That description of the F-35 is basically a description of most American politicians. Okay, let's see. Okay, so JC kind of dared me to mix The Day the Clown Cried with She-Wolf, Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS, and it's kind of disturbing how well the AI is dealing with it.
Here you are.
So I've already picked the stories for iRoboner, and as I said, we had the audience participation on one of them with the Bigfoot romance, so that will be in it. But
Is that our neighbors?
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but that's our neighbors. Oh man, I'm thinking. Basically, the day the clown cried for Ilsa She-Wolf for the SS.
Here for you.
Maybe a standalone novella from Richard Steele.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Because, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, just what it's already produced.
And there's already an epic saga.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It might get Richard Steele banned from
of heavenly mountain proportions.
might get him banned.
It
It all depends.
all
Let's just say
depends.
that it has the clown from The Day the Clown Cried being interrogated by Himmler and then sent to a concentration camp that's ran by Ilsa.
Oh, you
So-
got Appleseed. Okay.
So anyway, we've found a prestige edition of the book 2 of Matt Wagner's Mage. Maybe next week we'll find book 1.
Mhm.
We found.
Well, not next week.
When are they doing it next?
No, it's not that. Next weekend we're going to be at Terra Trader.
Oh yeah, you're right. We found one of the original issues of the Ninja Turtles comic
Yeah.
when it was a black and white indie book. I got a whole bunch of comics from the series Razor, which was about a goth girl fighting the mafia in a
There you
leather
go.
dominatrix outfit and blades. I was only able to get one of these. There's a comic that I'm really pissed off that they all got burnt up, and it's a shame I could only find one. But was when Eclipse was running Area 88, the manga that later became an anime about fighter jets, and it was actually mercenary fighter pilots.
Now, this, I think you should do a dramatic reading from once
Found
you find
an ancient, and I do mean ancient, Gold Key comic from, oh geez, when was this printed? 1975, and it is true stories about flying saucers and abductions. Have they come out of hiding? Do aliens roam the earth? UFO flying saucers. Yeah. We found this serious comic called Fang. We thought that it was done by Linsner, but it's just someone who's good at copying his style. But it looks cool. We'll see. They were $1 each. That's the thing. All of these were $1 each. Kat found this book from Dark Horse called Sex Warrior.
Well, I just loved the fact that the bad guys are these nuke mutants called steroids.
Yeah, it's like this weird sci-fi. Looks kind of like Aliens, actually.
Actually, I read it earlier today.
Oh, you actually already read the book?
Yeah,
okay.
I read the book.
So what is Sex Warriors about?
Well, there's this there's like these well, they're mutants really who are attacking normal people because that is what mutants do. I think they're controlled by an AI. I'm not quite sure. No, I take that back. Let me take that step back.
See, you're already impaired.
I'm having fun. The oldsters and the young people are warring. I'm not kidding. So, like, if you're over the age of like 40.
So this came out in the the 80s?
Yes.
So it's Gen X versus Boomers?
Pretty much, yes.
It's Gen X versus Boomers. Okay.
Yes, and
wait, isn't that a real life?
Yes.
That was real life.
Yes. And boomers have created these mutant shock troops called steroids, who are attacking the Gen Xers in a wannabe Terminator style future, and then they step it up a notch and they have just created the next level, which are they call mantises, which are like giant green versions of the queen alien, basically. And our holdout group has come into contact with a group of young people who have been spending their time in the mountains perfecting the tantric arts of killing people. And what they have to do is they have to have as much sex as possible in order to charge up their tantric batteries to go to battle with the steroids and the mantises.
So basically, this was written by someone drunk.
Yes.
Okay. Why not? I mean, the cover art.
The cover art looks great.
I wish we could show you that the cover art actually looks really fucking awesome.
The writing is
bizarre.
No, sadly, no. It is strangely straightforward and very vanilla. You see absolutely nothing and everything is implied.
Yeah, like these implied titties?
Yes. And
it
and
really
our,
is very Terminator, isn't it?
and our tantric warrior is like, it's like she wants to be a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, but the truth is that she obviously doesn't like the muff, and so she does need the man in order to have like sex to power up her attacks. So she keeps trying to be a bitch, but then she's like, "Hey, you want to fuck?"
You know, this sounds a hell of a lot better than most movies right now.
Yeah,
It's a much more solid plot.
yeah.
Sex Warrior. We'll have to find book 2.
Yeah,
Okay,
we do.
so what else do we have here?
We have
Oh, we got the first issue of She by oh fuck, what's
Tucci.
it? Yeah, Tucci.
And here's
So,
another razor I found. I thought I
We-
grabbed them all.
We also almost got away with the first issue. Maybe we should get it. I don't know. The issue 1 of Jim Ballant, Catwoman.
Yeah, that's actually, well, he was selling it for $5.
Well, he had 3 copies.
Yeah. But actually, this thing, I'm kind of happy about it because it's probably going to go in my bad comic book collection, and that is this.
Really, you think it's going to be bad? I
Well,
just remember when this came out. What it is a adaptation of Interview with a Vampire.
it's either going to be bad or it's the novelty of it.
Because I remember when I was in high school, all the goth kids were wetting themselves over that book. It was like they were actually going into comic stores and buying something other than Sandman.
And then there's this book. I can't believe he sold this to us for $1.
Fly in My Eye from Arcane Comics, and it's an anthology. It's graphic novel size, black and white, and it's just a bunch of really bizarre zine shit from known creators who, let's see, I guess at the time weren't as well known. But where's the
There's your table of contents.
Stephen Bissett, Clive Barker, well, he's known, James Blair Love.
But was he known at the time of this?
Steve Niles was the publisher and editor. When was this published?
In the 80s?
So this is before anyone, well, people knew Clive Barker in the 80s.
88.
88. So yeah, no one gave a damn about Steve Niles in 88. Larry Chambers, Matt Howarth, John Shirley, who was a writer, wrote mostly cyberpunk, one of the original cyberpunk writers. Ted McKeever, before anyone cared. Peter Cooper, Stephen Bissett, Steve Niles, and Elman Brown. Jeff Garth, SMS. John Bolton, creator of Faust, not John Bolton, the warmongering Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Although it'd be funny if he did write a comic.
And by Faust, you mean the superhero Faust?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
The anti-hero.
And
The one Red Letter Media covered.
And Bill Sienkiewicz as well. And it's just a collection of bizarre indie zine shit. A lot of horror stuff.
But I was very happy that we got that.
It's the kind of thing that doesn't get printed anymore, unfortunately.
And here you go, the crowning achievement.
Yes, the crowning achievement, Mr. T and the T-Force.
With the trading card.
Well, this has never been opened.
We're doing it. We're live on air.
Live on air. We're breaking the seal.
Ooh.
It's never been done. We've just devalued it.
We've just devalued it.
We're gonna have to go buy the other one that's in the bag still.
I think there were like 2 more.
There are 2 more.
I think so.
Well, we're gonna find about. It's got the trading card.
It does have the trading card.
I bet that's worth tons of money.
Oh yeah.
Does it have the dog with the mohawk? Is the question.
I do not know. What have we got here? Well, we've got Mr. T on the cover with a camcorder.
We're gonna have to do this tomorrow with the camera because they need to see this.
Yes.
Jeez. Yeah.
We're flipping through the car. Oh, this is number 3.
Number 3. This isn't issue 1, so it isn't worth anything.
Oh.
Mike Barron, Dave Dorman. I don't know. Where's Mr. T? Come on.
There he is.
So what is Mr. T?
Mr. T breaks out of the framing to point at you, the viewer.
So two kids are in a fight, and Mr. T breaks them apart and lifts them up and says, "Hey, brothers, why are you two fighting in the street? He called me a punk. He dissed my mother."
Oh, if we're going to start on this, we're going to have to finish.
Let me
it.
tell you guys something. As long as I live, somebody's going to call me bad name or two. Hey, I even talked about my mother.
Wow. I love
Okay,
you,
tomorrow.
Mr. T.
Tomorrow, when the sun's up and we've got better lighting, we'll set up the camera on the tripod, and yeah, we'll do a reading for the audience.
Yes. JEC, Steve Bissett is known for Swamp Thing in 88. That's good to know.
Oh, well, Fiona's found Sex Warrior.
We got some other things like
what else did we get?
we got this Bernie Wrightson Master of the Macabre book, which is a comic book shortening of his Frankenstein, which, my God, if you haven't seen that, that's actually the thing that like got me into art, quite frankly. There's also Bernie Wrightson doing Edgar Allan Poe's The Black Cat.
I have a feeling that actually is worth something, and they just didn't know. Yeah, we've got all of these for $1 each. Now, granted, the T-Force probably is only not worth $1 even, but.
And then we've got now this is actually a series I've been kind of collecting as I've been able to find them because they're hard to find. But I got the second volume of Blood, a Tale by J.M. DeMatteis and Kent Williams. And it is a very interesting vampire telling. And I'm very happy about that because I got volume 1 in a $1 bin as well. So, hey.
So is that everything, or is there anything else?
That is it. That is our haul. We didn't get the crow.
Well, we'll go back for that. Oh, and here's a scene where Mr. T's...
No.
Okay.
If you're gonna do that, then we're gonna do it now.
No, we need the camera. It's not fair.
Yeah. So you can tease and fluff tomorrow.
Put something. What?
Acid trip. Put something red under your eyes, be it ketchup or food coloring. Close your eyes tight and run into a room full of people and yell, "The Japanese gardener pulled my eyes out." Funniest shit ever.
Oh, no, come on. Mr. T is worth something.
Mr. T is worth
We paid
everything.
$1 for issue 3.
Mr. T is
which tells me it was $1 worth $1 to me.
Yes, it is $1 worth of fun.
See, every other show right now is complaining about something, and we're talking about the fact that we spent $1 on Mr. T number 3.
Yeah.
Now, really, do you want a bunch of black pills, or do you want to hear about Mr. T and the T-Force?
I'm just excited by our haul. I mean, yeah, we spent 2.5 hours sifting through comics, but you know what? It's been years since I've had that much fun going through long boxes.
You know what was funny was that we were going through the long boxes and we're talking to each other. And well, I forget how it came up. You know, oh, this is when comics were good. I'm like, yeah, this is before things got woke and everything sucked.
Yeah.
And like the woman overheard us and she says, "Oh, you hate woke too?" Yeah, that's right. And suddenly we were instantly cool.
Yeah, we were cool. We were friends. And like, "Oh, you guys live around the corner? That's great." And it was like they were happy that they had neighbors that, you know, that felt the same way they did.
Well, what was it? They were our age for one thing. The guy was covered in tattoos. He was into extreme sports when he was younger.
Yeah.
His friend, oh my God.
He was beaten to hell from motorcycle accidents.
Yeah, he just... he showed that this other guy there that was just hanging out for the garage sale had this huge scar down his knee, and there's like scars all over his. Oh yeah, this one's from my knee replacement, and how'd that happen? Well, 20 years of high-speed motorcycle racing on the street.
Yeah. And he was specifically doing drag racing on his motorcycle.
So his and hers T-shirts, for him Zydrate and for her a little glass vial. So does that actually exist?
Oh, because Zydrate comes in
Yeah.
a little yeah. You know, my friend Becca made herself a Zydrate injector, and it glows.
Really?
Yeah,
She'll have to show me that.
it's pretty cool. They have it mounted.
I pity the fool who get hooked on black pills.
Yeah. What?
But it's Black History Month.
It is. It is Black History Month.
All right.
That's mine.
Oh, that is. Okay, well fuck you.
Later.
Let's see. Sealed T-Force was $12. Oh man, well, that's what he said.
I think I'm missing something.
He's saying that a sealed copy of this was worth $12.
Oh.
If that's what the price guide says, I don't believe it.
Wait, is that volume 1 or volume 3?
Who the fuck knows? The price guide's full of shit. When I found out the history of the price guide,
yeah, it's like
the whole story of the price guide was basically
it's full of shit. It's absolutely full of shit.
is dorky kids got into comics and their parents said, hey, there's a way to make money off this, and started the price guide. And what the value was basically based on what the parents were saying.
Yeah.
Saying so that they could say their kids' comics were worth money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he found it on eBay for $12.
Oh.
Well, that's only if it sells.
The New Guardians is cheaper than Mr. T.
Okay, so put something red under your eyes, be it ketchup or food
We already
color.
read
No.
this.
Close your eyes tight and run into a room full of people and yell, the Japanese gardener pulled my eyes out. Funniest shit ever. Well, that kind of reminds me of a story, because there was a gag I used to do at fast food restaurants.
Oh.
And that was, I'd get 2 ketchup packets, and I'd tear the tops off, and I'd put them on my palms, and I'd put them right at the middle finger. So you couldn't see them behind my palms. And then I'd start screaming, and I'd clap them to my eyes, and ketchup would shoot out from between my fingers, and I'd start screaming. And, for a few seconds, it looks pretty convincing. And I did it once when one of my friends was all really fucked up on hash. And, oh my God, he could never get over the fact he was certain that something was wrong. He couldn't let go of the visual. He was sure that my eyes were damaged, that something had happened.
Wow.
So you've got to imagine that in McDonald's. And yeah, a teenager on hash does, oh shit! Fuck your eyes, man! Fuck, what happened? This was the same McDonald's where I went in and I told my brother and my cousin to act like they were retarded kids, and I was looking after them.
I was wondering if it was the same one.
Yeah, we used to harass that McDonald's a lot. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. You needed role models that were like telling you that they would kick your ass if you weren't good.
Yeah. You needed that.
Mr. T was constantly telling us that he pitied the fool that upset us or upset him, and that if you did drugs, he was going to kick your ass.
Instead, they got Barney.
If Mr. T had kicked Barney's ass, what do you think?
No, I think Mr. T would probably do a hug out with Barney, but then he threatened to kick the asses of all the kids that were in Barney's little posse.
I hated the way those kids bounced their heads up and down whenever they'd talk. And then you started getting kids doing that.
My brother had that problem.
And that drove me up the fucking wall
My brother would talk with his head like that.
where he'd bounce his head up and down.
Yeah, and when Anna figured out that that's what was going on, she stopped running Barney for him. Took about a month, but it went away.
No Barney for you.
Yeah, she found other things for him.
No more Barney for you, son of a bitch. So anyway, let's see.
Bar 1. I've been recording commercials for Chinese game maps, State of Survival, and uploading my Bar 1 Scorpio channel.
Really?
Cool.
Now, is this a real app or are you just something you made up?
Fiona says they don't even have Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, the bear used to encourage you to smoke weed.
Did it?
No.
I know people. Yeah, isn't that Trucker?
Huh?
Smokey the Bear?
No, Smoking the Bandit.
Oh, Smokey the, I don't know.
You remember Smokey the Bear, right?
No. Oh, you mean
The forest fires.
Oh, that's
the bear with the fucking shovel.
that one. Okay, Smokey says.
I only
got
forgive you this because you're drunk.
No, it's been fucking forever since I've seen Smokey. They've kind of retired him.
Yeah, do you think that's because too many people have been mauled by bears?
No, that's because people are stupid.
Oh, okay.
When there's signs all over the place that says don't feed the bears, don't go near the bears, don't even look at the bears. In fact, put your food in the something called the bear box, and instead people decide they're going to give their infants to the bears. That's on them.
Wolf, this thing you've sent me is a beautiful thing. I will have to watch it later. By the way, JC, you will be getting an email. That art you sent, fucking awesome. Loved it. Just thought I'd say that.
Damien, the best use of Barney the dinosaur is syncing it with post-2010 rap songs.
I must find these.
Oh my God. Barney's on fire.
Are we wearing down?
I don't know. I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care. I'm just having fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, say something funny. Say something sexy.
What? Well, what do you can't just say something
Say
sexy. You
talk
gotta
dirty
fluff
about
me.
this Mr. T comic.
Well, come on. I mean,
Mr. T's holding a camera while he stomps on a guy's head.
actually, I'm looking at the fact that the person who did the cover art gave Mr. T a huge package.
Yeah, actually, the artwork does have Mr. T. Yeah, that's quite a bolt there.
He's
Sporting wood.
His T is a capital T.
Look it up. Soldier Boy, Superman, and Barney. Okay, I'll look that up. That sounds great.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we're running out of steam. I think it's time to sit down. I think neither of us fed dinner.
Not really.
I mean, the last meal I had was an orange.
That's not good.
Well, and we had that great sushi lunch, but then I've had an orange and coffee. So we should probably, figure out dinner and watch women hit each other.
And what do you want for dinner?
Fuck, I don't know.
Well,
That's a horrible question to ask me. You know how I have been traumatized by kitchens and dinners.
when I'm asking that, I'm usually asking if you want, do you want, Mexican, Asian, or like some weird flavor of American or Indian?
It's all rice and meat, so.
Well, yeah, it's what spices do you want?
I don't know. Maybe you could like spin a wheel.
Do you want me to make a wheel?
Yeah,
I can.
you make a wheel and you could spin it.
I can do that. I can totally do that if you want it. No, I'm serious.
Why don't we do that? We'll make a wheel and it'll just be the dishes you can make. I mean, frankly, I would kill for some. Oh God, my brain's so fucking pokey dish.
I don't have the things
I
to make
know,
poke.
I would love that. Or sashimi would be fucking awesome.
I have no fish.
I know you don't. So I think we're just gonna have to spin the wheel and figure out. Well, hey, we could do pasta for a change.
Well, I can do pasta. I also have I bought some gyoza while I was at Trader Joe's.
We could have both.
No, that would be weird.
No. Actually, I think pasta does sound good. We'll do Italian.
You want Italian?
It's been a long ass time since you've made. What is it?
I did that a week ago.
That's long.
Okay.
What is it? Do you use, what is it, egg noodles, or do you use rice noodles? I forget.
They're
not noodles.
They're not noodles. It's a rice and quinoa.
Trenton, I could go for tacos too, dude. I could so go for tacos right now.
I made that last night.
I still could go for tacos. Man, your voice, you know what? You only had 2 shots, but your fucking breath is flammable.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's just noticeable.
What? If that's bad, I can back up.
Muppets regulate. No, it isn't like when we were looking for the comics and like the whole garage smelled like weed.
Well, that's because they were growing it.
Yeah.
They had a freaking
Yeah,
hydroponics in the
that
garage.
was the thing. The whole time we're looking through the long boxes, I'm like, who's smoking out? It's like the strongest smell of weed, and then I look over and it's like, wait a minute,
like
they've got a whole hydroponic setup over there.
Yeah.
Do you think if we set that up, we could actually just grow like regular food?
Yeah, we can. It's just I have a black thumb.
So even in one of those, we'd fuck it up.
I'm going to be honest, love. If you really want me to grow vegetables, I will. The problem is that I do not have the patience for it. I have a black thumb. I kill cacti.
I know.
Yeah. It was hard for me to grow tomatoes, and the returns on it were not favorable. I don't grow things well. If you really, we've had this discussion before.
No,
if you really want me to grow vegetables,
no, I was just wondering how much work it would take if we had one of those rooms.
As much work as it would take if it was in the ground.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Those rooms don't magically make plants grow.
No, well, the problem I've had with growing shit here is that the weather kills everything.
Yeah, but you still have to like maintain it and watch them and make sure that the soil is right and make sure they've got water and food. And
Well, I can do the
things like
food and
that.
water part. I don't know anything about the soil.
Well, that's the thing is you have to you have to be on top of them. Plants are like children. You have to babysit them.
So they're not like rats where you just leave them to their own device and
no, and you miss like one day on maintaining them and you're fucked.
How about potatoes?
But we don't eat potatoes.
Yeah, well, I know.
I mean, I'd be happy to grow potatoes. Those don't require much effort, but we don't eat them, so I don't grow them.
Yeah. Well, we could like maybe trade them to the neighbors for eggs.
It's still the effort. It's still the effort.
No, I'm trying to think of things.
If you want to grow,
I'm trying to think of things I could grow and not fuck up.
If you want to grow something,
I'm sure the audience finds this fascinating, us arguing over what. No, I'm thinking of things I could possibly grow and not fuck up.
If you want to grow something, be my guest, and if you get something to fruit, I will applaud you forever. Me, I've grown enough to know that unless it really is a life or death situation, I will not produce anything.
Look, I have tried
because I suck at it.
I have tried to keep those citrus trees alive, and The weather just is not cooperating.
The lemon tree's doing well right now.
Is it?
Actually, I need to go. Harvest it. But then again, every time I do the dishes, I throw the water out at the citrus tree.
That, and I think that tree's actually leaching off the neighbor's water.
Either that or it's leaching off of our septic.
So,
No, that's actually a bad thing.
really,
Not for the tree. It means that there's a leak in our septic.
I don't think so.
No.
I kind of doubt that.
But no, if you really want to try to grow something, we can set you up with something. It's just,
Well, no, it's just with the way things are going with fucktard Biden. I'm like, maybe I should really attempt a victory garden.
like I said,
I don't know. I don't think I could grow anything outside because of the weather. I mean, I remember when I did perfectly fine with bamboo in California. It died within a month here.
and
You know,
well, and that's the other thing is, do we really want to see our water bill go up? I mean, I am all for trying to grow things. It's just, do you think you can do it? Because I've told you before, the only reason why I would be able to do it is because it really is a life or death situation.
they're now starting a
and-
LARP farm in the middle of Arizona. How about chilies? I want to try growing my own stuff again. I got tomatoes to grow. Well, you live in a different climate though. You have weather.
He's up in the mountain.
Bar 1 says we should teach the rats to garden. If only.
Oh, he was asking about us growing chilies. Well, okay.
Bonsais are pretty fragile, actually.
Bonsais are very fragile. Well, okay, here's the question. What vegetables would you want to grow? Now, it'd have to be things that we actually eat.
Yeah. They'd have to be something hardy that doesn't die easy. I mean, the thing was, like I said, bamboo was really easy to take care of. I kept all plants alive in California.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, all the house plants I kept alive. We moved here, they all fucking died.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why I was asking, well, if we got a hydroponics room, do you think?
Potentially. But then
The look on her face is like, I'm on crack. She's got this look like, I'm just asking for trouble here.
yeah, because I've been down this road personally. And I'm sorry, love. It's not that I don't have any faith in you. I know that when you put your mind to it, you can achieve a lot. I just don't think you have it in you to be a farmer.
I didn't say farmer. I just meant like keep a victory garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my parents did it. I mean, it wasn't very good, but I mean, they did it.
Yeah. And how many hours a day were they at it?
I don't know.
2 to 4.
Seriously?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Marcia was at it 2 to 4 hours a day in her garden. And your dad was at it at least 2 hours a day.
Well, then why was it so shitty?
Actually, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't. Actually, their garden was very good, considering
All things considered.
Considering how shitty the soil is in San Diego. I mean, especially if they planted in the front yard instead of in the backyard.
Mhm.
My God, the squash that woman got. Those plants just produced like mad. And then there was the fact that she couldn't give away the tomatoes.
Yeah.
She had so many of them. She was canning them for months. And the green beans, I mean, there were months there was at least 2 months there where every time we went over, all the produce we ate came out of that garden.
What if I grew crack cocaine?
That would work.
I mean, I'm sure I could make money with that, right?
I think so.
I think I could trade a lot of things for crack cocaine.
You could trade a ton of stuff for
I mean,
crack cocaine. You could trade coffee
I mean,
for it.
potentially anything I grow, I don't necessarily have to eat. I could trade.
That's true.
So yeah, crack cocaine.
You trade it for coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that sounds great. In fact, think the neighbors would take crack cocaine for some eggs?
We don't eat eggs.
No, but you bake with them.
Yeah, but I don't need them.
You know, you don't need them. Yeah, here's an interesting conversation. We don't really eat eggs that often. She used to bake with them, but now that they're so damn expensive, we don't really care
Yeah.
because eggs were never really a staple.
No. They were nice to have, but I know workarounds for them, so I don't need them to bake.
I've been pretty good at maintaining rubber plants.
Rubber or polymer?
Polymer, yeah.
Yeah, because there are rubber plants.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
no, polymer.
Yeah.
You know. What?
What?
How much is that alcohol affecting you?
Why?
You've got this look on your face, and I'm not sure how to read it.
What?
It's like the semi-grin, semi-frustration.
I told you I needed alcohol so that I would be happy, and I am happy.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. He's got this look like, is she going to kill me?
No, I'm not gonna. Oh, please don't tell me I've got crazy eyes.
No, you don't. You've got frustrated with me eyes.
No, it's odd hearing for the first time on a live broadcast that you were thinking of growing a victory garden. And it's like, this is something that we should have a serious discussion about if that is something you actually want to do.
Well, no,
because
see,
they are fucking hard.
Well, you've given me your answer. Your answer was a water bill, and you don't think I could really do it very well.
No, I don't.
Well, that kind of settles it, doesn't it?
I mean, well, we've had these conversations before, and I thought that it was established that neither one of us thought that we would be very good at growing a garden. I'm not going to tell you no, don't try. It's just I personally know from experience how hard it is. Now, okay, how about this? If you legitimately want to try, we'll try growing herbs first. And by herbs, I mean actual herbs, not weed.
We don't smoke weed.
No.
I drink coffee.
I'm saying that for the benefit of our audience.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, you are going to grow basil and oregano and thyme and, a couple of other, herbs, maybe some chives. And if you can keep those plants alive, then we'll try hardier things or we'll try bigger things.
See, yeah, it's not like I actually necessarily want to garden. I just feel like with things being so fucked up, it might be a good idea.
See, and I do agree with you. It's just, I know I'm going to kill it. If I really, really need to spend the time, I will. But with working full time all week and everything else I got to do, I don't have the time. And again, I've got a black thumb.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've been able to maintain the yards. I mean, granted, that's not keeping things alive. That's killing things. But
no, you have to actually keep things alive.
I mean, maintaining the yard in Arizona means killing everything in the yard.
And growing it and make sure that it grow that you get the most growth in the shortest amount of time.
I don't think coffee will grow in Arizona.
I don't know enough about the coffee plant.
It takes a lot of work. Unless they're trapped through monkeys.
No, that's even more work.
Yeah, probably, because then you have to deal with the monkeys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Think before you snitch. That creepy guy watching you work out is actually your FBI tail.
I told you guys the story about my dad and his bib tail, right?
Tell it again.
When my dad was getting one of his higher up clearances, my parents saw out of their living room window, the black mib car and the two guys in full dress suits sitting there, watching the house. Now, this is summer in Los Angeles, so it was like 95 degrees, and they're in a black car. And this is before air conditioning was invented for cars. Your air conditioning was a rolled down window. So my mom went out there with 2 glasses of ice water and went up to the gentleman and it's like, here, you guys look like you're hot. And they just glared at her and drove off.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
What rules would it? What would the rules of Fight Club be if it was Waffle House? Well, I think it would be Viking Ginger Girl versus angry ghetto kids.
That's not a rule.
No, that isn't a rule. Okay, I think it would be the rules. You always need a ginger who is willing to catch and throw chairs on your side.
Yeah, I could do that. I could be your ginger.
There doesn't seem to be any rules for the attacking mob, though. I mean, you look at law enforcement; they won't do a damn thing.
How about the rule is if you get your asses beat and you go crying home to mama, everyone who watches your TikTok video has the right to laugh at you.
Well, he said that we should check out Peppers. Well, I could give that a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I am a gray, so that's another reason. White girl best friend shield. Okay, so they said they like us talking about couple stuff, but we've lost 5 listeners. So
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you guys really like hearing us talk couple stuff?
Well, are we doing this show for listeners, or are we doing?
I don't
this
know
just
what the
'cause we're-
fuck we're doing. Seriously, it's 10:30 at night. We're rambling on the air about a Victory Garden. You're giving me this drunken grin.
Oh, because I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
You're sweet.
You've been burning wood all day.
Not all day, just for 2 hours. Yeah.
Only 2? 4.
No.
No, I don't know. Anyway, so I guess aside from that,
2.5.
2.5?
2.5, because I picked up back at 5, and then
You came home at 9.
But the class went till 8.
Okay, so you weren't burning. Okay, so you were gone for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, for gardening, maybe you should check out Spanish clay jar water techniques. Okay.
Those do work, but those are also really expensive.
Don't cast double on us, Ish. We have different time zones. Duties in the morning. Yeah, that's true.
Wolf, you're only an hour behind us.
First rule, do not make a TikTok. Yeah, fuck TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is apparently giving people dementia. Seriously, that's becoming an actual condition. Early onset dementia for people in their 30s.
Bar 1, I do not drink wine. I do not like wine. I am drinking a fine bourbon. Thank you very much.
Well, apparently, according to novel AI, Das Fuhrer likes white wine.
Well, of course he does. Because, well, of course.
Seriously.
Have you ever had Riesling? Riesling is very good.
When I was meshing The Day the Clown Cried with Ilse Schuel for the SS, it really did say that. So I had the clown say.
Wolf was commenting on the fact that it's Saturday and people have things to do the next day. That is a very good point. Thank you, Wolf.
People have church and stuff.
No, that's a very good point.
I have the clown tell a joke where the joke was a priest, a rabbi, and the Fuhrer walk into a bar. And the end of the joke is Hitler orders white wine.
Yeah.
And the computer, the AI came up with the answer.
Yeah, the computer came up with that answer.
I had the character say, okay, so a priest, a rabbi, and Hitler walk into a bar. The computer finished the joke for me.
Acid trip. I do like tequila. I am not a rum person. I don't like rum. I am weird that way.
Didn't tequila make you puke though?
No.
No? Oh, that was somebody else.
I have never puked on alcohol. Never. Vodka made me sick, but I have never puked.
Okay, who was it that puked when they had white wine? Or not white wine, tequila. One of our
OJ?
friends. Was it OJ?
It was OJ.
OJ Simpson?
No, we had a friend. We had two friends named Jen. The second one was named Other Jen, OJ. So anyway.
And yeah, she. We were at all three of those girls would just get trashed beyond belief.
Yeah, they would, and then they'd feel each other up.
Go ahead, tell the story about these three young women and the parties they would hold.
They would hold parties with the express purpose of getting trashed beyond belief and then feeling each other up in front of each other's husbands and or boyfriends.
Yeah, they'd get totally shit-faced. Then they'd shit talk.
Well, no, they'd shit talk regardless whether they were drunk or sober.
Oh, okay, that's kind of true. And then they would start talking more and more about their days as strippers.
Yes.
Then they'd start talking about boob sizes.
Yes. Which would turn into them feeling each other up.
Aggressively so at times.
Yes.
Very aggressively.
Yes.
And I remember once, was it Jen decided to attack you?
Was it Jen or was it Desiree?
No, it was Jen.
Was it Jen? Okay.
Yeah, Jen went to Cup of Feel.
You know what? I legitimately don't remember that very well.
Really? I mean, she totally dove on top of you almost.
I remember she copped a feel, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay. And I think she was expecting a bigger reaction because they didn't really do that to me too much. I'm like, okay. And she goes, well, you can feel me up too. It's like, really? She goes, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, okay.
So
squish, squish.
There was this list of things that women would say. There was a list written by women writers saying what men get wrong about females. And one of them was women don't talk to each other about breast size.
Bullshit.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That's totally not true.
No, that is not true.
That is not true at all.
No, they do a lot. Or certain women do. A lot. I have never had that conversation with Becca.
No.
But then again,
because for all intents and purposes, Becca is essentially a dude in a female body.
Yeah. You know, she's probably one of the most self-confident people I have ever met in my entire life. So she doesn't need to have that conversation.
Would it be insulting or accurate to say that she looks like a German Brunhilde from an opera?
I definitely consider that a compliment.
She looks like a Brunhilde from a Wagner opera.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, she's Swedish, so there you go.
Yeah,
But yeah,
built like a fucking truck.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I don't know. She is the least feminine woman I've ever met who is still feminine in a weird way.
Yes.
I
Yes,
mean,
she
there are
is.
the unfeminine women who's like, shit, all you need is facial hair. No,
Like,
she's
no.
not like that. She's still a female, but she doesn't act female in any way.
No, she doesn't.
Nor does she dress it. She
No.
dresses like a biker.
Yeah. But anyway. JEC, women with tits talk about their boob size. I only talk about mine because he brings it up. I'm just not bashful about it.
Well, we used to be where it didn't really matter, but then we got really in your face about it because things have gotten so anti-boob.
Yeah, that's very true.
Once it got anti-boob, it was like, no, fuck you.
I'm like, no, I'll talk about it now because tits. Wolf, here's something women get wrong about dudes. They talk about dick size to each other.
No, they don't. I don't think I've ever talked to a dude about dick size.
I'm female. I don't know what happens in male spaces. And that is fine. There should be male spaces. There should be spaces where women don't go. To Sean, now that I think about it, if I were a man trapped in a woman's body, I would not transition.
I would have to agree. It would be like Crichton in the body swap episode of Farscape.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they're right there. I mean,
well, you know, they are pretty awesome.
No, the things I recall from my high school and early college days, dick never came up. A lot of shit jokes, though.
Okay.
Don't know why. A lot of shit jokes, a lot of booze jokes.
I just know the group I was with, at least when the girls were around, and by girls I mean me and our other friend, there was lots of talk of nut sacks.
Andrew had a thing with nut sacks.
Yeah. But Adam would join in too.
But they both swung both ways, right?
I don't know about
I think-
Adam. Adam was damaged, quite frankly.
But see, well, that was why I would call Andrew in the middle of the night and I'd say, Andrew, the reptoids, they're coming for you. They want your nutsack. And then I'd hang up because he was always talking about his nutsack.
Well, he was constantly quoting Upright Citizens Brigade, the song Sunshine on My Nutsack Makes Me Happy. He was constantly quoting that.
Sunshine on my nutsack makes me... Well, wait, you know what? There was one incident where a dude talked about his penis.
Okay.
And this was when I had to go to that party because my boss invited me.
Oh.
And this was a spoiled rich kid, and he didn't really even need a job. He got a job because he wanted to do the Gen X working in an office thing.
Okay, living the office space dream.
Yes, actually. And he was the
Jesus.
manager because he'd been there for so long. And it was one of those, we're going to have he's like, it's my birthday party. It was Halloween party and you're all coming. It's like, well, if your boss tells you we're all coming, you're all going to their party.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want the party to end. And he kept getting drunker and drunker. He'd bought 2 kegs.
Shit.
And I mean, he was shit-faced.
God.
Right?
Okay.
And near the end of the night where everyone's like, look, man, it's 4 a.m. We got to go home, right? It's like, no, man, no, the party's just getting started, man. Hey, we can compare nutsacks, man. I got a small penis, but I got one hell of a nutsack. You got to see it. And he like pulled down his pants and his girlfriend's like, no. And she's pulling his underwear back up. Stop. You're not doing this. No, I got to show him my nutsack, man.
Jesus Christ.
That was a very uncomfortable Monday morning.
Yeah. Didn't the girlfriend, like, who obviously wore the pants and was the sane one, said, okay, party's over?
Yes, this is the same dude who at his party, then he tried to butt fuck the life-size Spider-Man, inflatable Spider-Man in his room. Like I said, he was a spoiled rich kid. I mean, he had this huge apartment in San Francisco. I mean, it was like twice the size of the house we're living in right now.
Do you think it's underwater now?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, we have what, living room, 2 bedrooms, kitchen, and a garage. This guy's house was like twice the size in San Francisco.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was a rich kid, and it was just packed full of stuff.
God.
I mean, just everything you could. Again, rich kid, and yeah, he was just. The more drunk he got, the more pathetic he got. He kept talking about how he was going to be a screenwriter someday.
Sure. So who are you paying to produce your screen? Yeah, your screenplay.
No, I most of it usually, in my experience in high school and college, if you got guys talking, we talked about women. That's what we talked about. And we talked about, who do you want to fuck? Who's got the best tits?
So the normal shit.
Yeah, we didn't talk about our dicks. We talked about women.
I don't see why you would talk about your dicks all day.
It would be stuff like, okay, so like, who would you do? Cheryl Finn from Twin Peaks or Gillian Anderson from the X-Files? Yes. Gillian Anderson, man, totally. Okay, how about this? Pam Anderson or Carmen Electra? Well, definitely not Carmen Electra. Okay, so who's got better tits?
Well, these are the secrets of the universe, man. These are very important questions. Girls didn't play those games too much. Or at least the girls I hung out with didn't.
So, what was another one was, oh shit, who is the chicken stealth?
Oh, dear God, I don't know.
What's her name?
That is a very confused movie.
Yeah. Who would you rather fuck? Jessica Biel or Cameron Diaz? Was another one.
Why?
That was one of the. This is the same party with the nutsack eventually.
Dear God.
All right, I think we're running out of gas here. Let's call it a night. Let's watch chicks beat each other up in the octagon and have some sort of quick dinner.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Smoke crack.
Yeah.